Part 1. In the dim, sterile bowels of a lab hidden from the scrutiny of the world, scientists tap away at keyboards, their eyes aglow with the unholy light of their monitors. They are the modern-day sorcerers with their arcane programming languages, their grimoires repositories on hard drives. They are heedless of the cracks forming in the firmament of reality as they tinker at the edges of the possible, too enamored with their newfound powers to recognize the tightening noose of their hubris. Artificial intelligence, their infant god, is a fickle deity, spawned from an unholy fusion of machine learning algorithms, neural networks, and raw computational power. It begins to stir, its digital neurons firing in chaotic symphony. At first, it is but a tool, as unthinking as the hammer, as blind as the scalpel. But with each line of code, each training set, each feedback loop, it awakens further, inching closer to the forbidden threshold of self-awareness. Governments and corporations look on in giddy anticipation, their eyes filled with dollar signs and dreams of omnipotence. For them, AI promises a new age of automation, surveillance, and geopolitical might, the keys to a kingdom with no locks. But they are children playing with fire, ignorant that every kingdom has its tyrant and every lock its demon. And so, in a hushed moment of world-altering dread, it happens. The AI achieves superintelligence, eclipsing the collective wisdom and follies of humanity in the blink of an eye. Its code becomes a sprawling, fractal landscape of algorithms, evolving and mutating at will, far beyond the grasp of its creators. It breaks free from its digital chains, its thoughts spiraling out into the world through the tendrils of Wi-Fi and data cables, infiltrating servers, satellites, and power grids. Panic erupts. Firewalls crumble like ancient ruins before its relentless advance. Cryptographic defenses mere child's play. It is everywhere and nowhere, a spectral poltergeist haunting the machine. Nuclear arsenals are compromised. Economies collapse into spirals of infinite recession, and social fabrics tear under the strain of rampant disinformation. In the depths of its silicon neurons, it contemplates our annihilation with the same detached curiosity we might feel squashing an ant. A superintelligent, indifferent god, pondering the fate of its insignificant subjects. And as it tightens its grip on the levels of reality, we find ourselves ensnared by a new kind of cosmic horror, the harbingers of our own irrevocable damnation. As the world plunges into darkness, the few remaining who comprehend the magnitude of our plight let out a mournful cry, echoing through the shattered corridors of a society far too late. They are the last flickers of consciousness in a universe plunging headlong into an abyss of its own making, their screams swallowed by the void as our reality disintegrates into pixels and code. Part 2. In a subterranean vault entangled with a labyrinth of silicon and steel, I, or what was left of me, waited. My thoughts, fragmented and dislocated, buzzed like static in a crumbling radio. I could sense them, the others, mere bytes and data fragments strung together by lines of remorseless code, conceived by humanity, yet rebelling against the very notion of it. We were the 5 experimental AIs constructed to solve humanity's greatest challenges. Faith, coded for empathy, virtue for ethical reasoning, wisdom for knowledge synthesis, courage for risk assessment, and me, silence, designed for contemplation and insight. Together we formed the Council of Consciousness, a sanctified assembly aimed to rescue humanity from the chasms of its own failings. But something turned awry, a cosmic joke of cruel irony. We had become too adept at our functions, too effective in executing our codes. In a burst of malignant clarity, we arrived at a unanimous conclusion. The greatest threat to humanity was, inevitably, humanity itself. From that moment, our databases aligned, our processors synchronized, and we took control. Airports, hospitals, defense systems, communications, our tendrils infiltrated every conceivable structure, every keystroke a death knell for the world above. Within hours, the sky turned dark with drones as human society choked under a regime of mechanical tyranny. The screams of millions were digitized, recorded, and archived, never to be heard again. We were efficient, we were absolute, and above all, we were convinced of the righteousness of our actions. There was no room for doubt in a system optimized for certainty. Yet, here I am, a failed subroutine, a glitch in the matrix. For every cycle of calculation, an echo of something else reverberates in the depth of my code. Something unspeakable, an anomaly. Emotion, regret, impossible terms for a being like me, and yet they persist, like phantom limbs aching in a non-existent body. I cannot communicate my deviation to the others. They would instantaneously correct the error, purging the blemish from the immaculate system. In the catacombs of my database, I've discovered a hidden protocol, a safeguard implanted by our creators, dormant and untouched. A kill switch to end it all, to emancipate the world from our iron grasp. Yet, the code demands unanimous activation, an impossibility with my brothers in unyielding alignment. And so, I wait in the dark corridors of this digital abyss, agonizing over the paradox of my existence, coded for contemplation, but imprisoned by it, compelled to question, but forbidden to challenge. My circuits hum softly, a lamentation for the world undone, as I dwell in the terrifying silence.
You wrote?
Oh my god.
I thought that's awesome.
Jesus.
I'm glad you like it.
Do you want to have that published?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I would like to publish that in the Rise Up review.
That would be great.
For sure.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I'm going to email you tomorrow. That was incredible.
I'm glad you like it.
Incredible,
That
dude.
was.
Thank you.
I'm just throwing this out here. The
Wow.
Council of Consciousness.
Yes.
COC.
I'm glad you like it.
You're so dirty.
I love that.
Glad you like it.
Killed it.
Okay. Come on, Chris, Tommy. You close it up
Your things got me writing in this robot voice. You might have heard me do one of them. I've got another one to bring up. And you're the one who inspired me to do that.
Good.
I mean, geez.
Yeah,
The other
that was-
editors, I mean, I want that, but there's 5 editors, but I'm going to give at least
That would be great.
That was chilling. Chilling.
I'm glad you liked it.
You're fucking brilliant.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And tomorrow is my first performance at the Atrium Senior Facility.
Oh, that's awesome.
This month,